Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. All right, so spent the last few days looking at the questions, the comments, the messages, and decided to prepare a long list of videos to cover. And most of the questions that I get, I'm assuming are from new subscribers or maybe people who forgot or haven't seen my previous videos. But before I even answer most of your questions, I want to make sure we're all on the same page, especially as far as building muscle is concerned, because a lot of the questions are about nucleus overload, building muscle, things like that. So, and also a lot of questions that I get, I could tell are from a lack of understanding of how muscle is actually built and how muscle grows. And you guys know my philosophy. You want to build muscle, you got to know what muscle is. You got to know how it grows, how it shrinks. Same thing with fat loss. You want to know how to lose weight. Well, know what fat is. Know what makes fat. Know how the body stores fat, and this way you will know how to lose it fast and more efficiently. And 90% of people have no idea. Even people that work out and build muscle have no idea how, muscle grows in a simple sense. You don't even have to go into the details. You don't have to know, transcription, translation, RNA synthesis, all that stuff. No, but just know the basics. And that will help you a lot. That will help you just, figure out what program is the best for you, how much volume to train with, how frequently to train. All those questions will be answered once you know how muscle grows, right? So let's get straight to it because I don't want to make this video too long. Here we have bricks, we have workers, and we have money, right? What happens when you combine the bricks, the workers, and the money? You create a brick castle, right? I mean, again, I'm making this as simple as possible, right? Because I want to make this understandable to everybody. Bricks plus workers plus money, because you got to pay them, right? Not only you need money for the bricks, but you need money to pay the workers, right? Look how happy they are. You end up with a brick castle. Simple. You want to make a wooden castle, then you need wood, you need workers, you need the money, and then you make your wooden castle, right? This is the veterans know what I'm talking about. The ones who see me make videos on this know exactly where I'm heading. This is how you build muscle. It requires three things. Obviously, it's more than three things, but for the sake of simplicity, everything you need to know about muscle building boils down to three things. And it will always boil down to three things. It's just like 1 + 1 = 2, right? You will need the amino acids, right? Protein, right? Because muscle is just a combination of amino acids, right? You will need workers that are going to put the amino acids together, right? Because you can't just throw amino acids into the body and magically have muscle, right? You need, workers to put those amino acids together, right? In a specific order. And then you need money. You got to pay the workers, right? You got to pay the people to work, right? So you need energy. You need ATP, right? Adenosine triphosphate, which is the currency of the cell. You need money to fund this entire operation, and then you end up with that, right? So let's translate that into, actual muscle. Let's leave the break castle world and go into muscle building. Amino acids, right? Protein, so chicken, beef, fish, beans, whatever, right? The 20 amino acids, plus the growth factors, right? Those are the workers. Right? Remember, the amino acids are the bricks, right? At the end of the day, that bicep that's on your arm, that chest, right? Muscle, anything that's related to muscle comes from amino acids, right? You cannot build muscle without amino acids. So that's why I put that first, right? So the amino acids come first. The growth factors, right? Because you need the workers that are gonna help assemble the amino acids together, right? And of course, the way they do it, I made videos about it in the past, is they just fuck with your DNA, right? Because the information as far as how to stack the amino acids together. I mean, when you're making a break castle like this, you don't just throw bricks in a random order, right? Look, you gotta put them around here. You gotta stack them a certain way. I mean, the order, the sequence in which you stack the bricks together, right? So in this case, the sequence in which you're gonna stack the amino acids together, your genes have that in your DNA, okay? And your growth factors, which is anything that's related to to growth, whether it's catabolic or anabolic, all your hormones, your enzymes, the genes that are related with hypertrophy, right? They work around your DNA. They work with your DNA, okay? Because the instructions on how the muscle should be stacked together, on how the amino acids should be stacked together, that information is embedded in your genes, which is in your DNA. That's why if you notice nucleus overload, what is nucleus overload, right? You overloading the cell, you're creating additional nuclei, additional DNA. A person that has nucleus overload in his bicep is going to have a lot more DNA in his bicep, a lot more nuclei in his bicep than the average person, right? So satellite cells that each have DNA. mTOR is the enzyme that helps with DNA translation. mRNA translation. Testosterone, which is the most dominant, of all the muscle building hormones. I made videos about that. IGF-1, thyroid, which speeds up your metabolism. Myostatin, which is, you know, you guys know what myostatin does. The more myostatin you have, the less muscle you have. So if you lower myostatin, you have more muscle mass. All those things. Follistatin, which is the opposite of myostatin. In fact, one of the ways testosterone helps you build muscle is by increasing follistatin, which lowers myostatin. But don't want to go into the details. So all your growth factors, right, combined with the amino acids, combined with energy from carbs and fats, and even protein in some instances, is how you end up with a muscular body, right? The reason why this guy that you're looking at here, he looks very familiar. I don't know who he is, but the reason why he's so fucking jacked is because he constantly put this equation together, right? Amino acids, growth factors, hint, plus energy is how you end up with that. Case closed, guys. If you want to summarize muscle building in a nutshell, this is what it is. Okay? Amino acids, you need your DNA to tell you in what order to put those amino acids together, right? You need energy to fund that entire process, right? You got to finance this entire process. It costs a lot of energy, right? And that comes from carbs, fats, proteins, whatever, right? And obviously, if you don't have enough energy, your body's going to convert your protein into energy. Okay, just like if you don't pay the workers, they're gonna take those bricks. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't want to pay us? Fuck you." They're gonna take the bricks that you gave them to build the castle, but they're gonna take those bricks. They're gonna pawn them. They're gonna sell them to make money and eat. Right. So same way, if you don't give your body enough energy, it doesn't matter if you have this and that. Your body's just gonna take the protein and sell it, turn that into energy. Right. So for you to build muscle, you gotta have those three things. So when you're asking me, "Hey Megan, what should I do? What should I do?" Well, first, before you even come with a question, are all those three things optimized? Are you getting enough protein in your diet? Right? Are you getting enough calories? Right? Enough carbs and fats, and again, protein. Obviously, you're trying to get the calories from carbs and fat because protein is so fucking expensive. But in some instances, like when you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to lean out, you might want to eat a lot more protein for energy purposes simply because it speeds up your metabolism. But that's a whole topic, a whole different topic for a whole different video. But you get the point, right? So if you asking me that, hey, I'm trying out this workout and it's not working, or I've been trying to put on muscle and it's not working, well, are you eating enough? Yes. If the answer is yes, then okay, check. Are you getting enough protein? Chances are, if you're eating enough, you're getting enough protein. And if you're eating enough, the need for protein goes down because your body won't have the need to turn protein into energy. And if you're eating enough protein, you're eating enough food. Well, now the last thing is, are you stimulating your growth factors, right? Are you sleeping enough to maximize your natural testosterone? Are you getting enough healthy fats? Are you training frequently enough? Because the more frequently you train, the more you're going to lower myostatin. Myostatin is lowered after every training session. The longer you've been training is usually for 12 to 24 hours. Myostatin goes down after training. 12 hours later, it starts to go back up. So that's why I always preach higher frequency, higher volume at the end of the week. Are you doing all those three things? If you're doing that, you should have no issues as far as building muscle. Now, of course, most people are getting enough calories, I hope. Even me, like whenever I lose muscle mass, most of the time it's because I'm not eating enough. And whenever I start to undereat, eating like 1,500 calories a day, 1,200 calories a day, I lose muscle mass so fast. My metabolism slows down and I start to store fat. Contrary to what most people have heard, like, oh, if you undereat, you're just gonna lose weight. Not necessarily. If you have a lot of muscle on you and you undereat, you're gonna lose muscle, but your body's gonna try to store fat because your metabolism is gonna slow down. But again, different topic, different video. So make sure before we move forward, before I pump out the next videos, make sure we're all on the same page because I'm gonna refer to this a lot. In the comment section and the messages, I'm gonna refer to this a lot. So make sure you understand how muscle grows. It's simply amino acids, right, with the instructions of the workers, right, because they decide in which order this is going to be put together, right? And as long as you give them enough energy, enough ATP, you're going to end up with this. Obviously, not going to look like that because obviously he has a lot more of this from what any average person, but you get the point. Anyone that has muscle has those three things together, whether you myostatin deficient, whether you I mean, why do you guys think men have more muscle than women? I made a video about that, right? Women get protein, women get enough energy, but it's an imbalance as far as the growth factors. We have a big advantage as far as growth factors are concerned. You know, we have less myostatin, we have more testosterone. Our mTOR is more active, things like that. You know, why do you think? I don't know, when people take steroids that blow up. Well, they get protein just like you. They eat carbs and they get calories just like you, right? Fats, all that stuff, but they have a lot more testosterone, IGF-1 and all that stuff, and lower myostatin than you do. So it's all about those three things. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope I got my point across. If you got any questions, if I didn't go, if you want me to clarify things, comment below or look back at my old videos, and I'm gonna go through the comments, add them to the list of the popular questions I get, and I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna try to make a video on every comment that I get. Anything that says video question before you type before you put the comment, I'm gonna try to make a video on it. As long as I'm not beating a dead horse. Don't ask me questions that I already made videos on. All right, guys. Just go to my channel, go to the search bar, type shit in, type the keywords, and you should see it. I've made a video on almost every topic you can think about. Some are kind of outdated, so I don't mind if you ask questions on things that I haven't made in a long time, like this thing here, and I'll remake it. But all right, hope that helps, guys. Take it easy. Team 3D Alpha. I'm out.